Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. Every single day, y'all. I want to appreciate all the folks who are new members. Thank you. I want to appreciate everyone who are tuning in right now. Thank you for the love. Thank you for all the day ones. I appreciate the love. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And wherever you get your podcasts, you can find Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And we got a good one today, y'all. Family, I'm letting you know right now. I'm not getting a warm and fuzzy feeling for this 2025 recruiting class. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I feel some type of way about it. And you should too. You should feel some type of way about this recruiting class because you're a Gamecock fans. You're fans of Captain Will. We have to. We have to, because things are different now. We need, it's a different type of recruit that Gamecock got to target now, because you got so many players that want to play right now, immediately. I want my NIL money. I want to start. I want all these things. So Gamecocks are having a difficult time getting top-level recruits in this recruiting cycle, because these players know that they have to wait. They have to wait. When you have so many, McDonald's All-Americans and so many five-star recruits on the team, oh yeah, you got to wait your turn. And some recruits ain't thinking that way. Like, okay, I can go to this school, or I can go to that school, and I can start my brand going on. I can play 30, 35 minutes a game. I can get these highlights on Sports Center. Does anybody watch Sports Center anymore? That used to be the thing. Sports Center was everything. 6 o'clock at night, 11 p.m. at nighttime. It was must-see TV. Now, it's not. It's not. Things have changed. And much the same way things have changed, these recruits have changed as well. If we go through the current Gamecock targets for this recruiting cycle, you start with Adhel Tac. Adhel Tac is the number one ranked recruit from Lubbock, Texas, 5'9" point guard. Carolina has an offer, and she announced that Carolina's in the top 5. Okay, let's keep it real. We just got to keep it real right now. Okay, let's keep it real. Carolina's in the top 5, but Adhel Tac ain't going to no South Carolina Gamecocks. Nope, she will not. Only time she'll see Colonial Life Arena is if she playing with Texas and comes to Colonial Life Arena. And she is not coming to South Carolina, y'all. Don't get your hopes up. Don't sit up there and say that, okay, we got a chance. Adhel Tac, the number one recruit. No, we don't. She is either going to Texas Tech, she's going to Texas, or she is going to LSU. And it pains me to say those words because two of those teams are in the SEC. So it hurts me. It hurts me on the inside, twists me up a little bit. It does. Adhel Tac ain't coming to South Carolina. And the next Gamecock target that we still have an offer for is Devine Burrich. Devine Burrich, 5'10" guard from Iowa, currently rated the number 5 ranked recruit according to ESPN Hoop Girls. Yo, she ain't coming to South Carolina either. No, she ain't coming to South Carolina. This one hurts me even more. This is it's stabbed and twisted and then step on it. With this one right here, I expect her to commit to the LSU Tigers anytime now. Could be talk. She could be committing right now while I'm filming this right now. Right? She's going to LSU. Book it, mark it down, circle it, put a star beside it. She ain't coming to South Carolina either. So with Devine Burrich possibly committing really soon, you're going to see when she comes off the board, you're going to see Carolina slide in another combo guard in her place. But the problem is, which we will talk about later, is that a lot of these guards, talented guards, are spoken for. So you have to go down lower in the recruiting prospect list to find someone to take the place of a Divine Burris, to take the place of a Aaliyah Chavez. A God Maker is currently number 6 ranked recruit in this recruiting cycle. She's from Ontario, Canada. Talented basketball player, 6'1" wing, and she listed Carolina in her host of schools. She don't really have a leader at this time, and you can talk about South Carolina, you could do Duke and UConn and Kentucky, Michigan State, North Carolina, all these different teams, but she ain't got a leader right now. Is no one who at this point who has stepped up above the rest. So we still got a shot. With number 6 ranked player in the country, a God Maker, who would fill a obvious need once Bree Hall moves on, hopefully to the W. Sania Johnson from Kentucky. Sania Johnson, 6 foot guard, very talented basketball player, currently ranked the 7th ranked player in this class of 2025. I mentioned before that in a previous video that LSU was bringing in 3 highly level recruits over the weekend. Some of you may have seen it on Twitter. Some of you may have seen it on Instagram. Well, those 3, Divine Burrich, Sania Johnson, and Grace Knox, apparently made a huge push for Divine Burrich, if I'm saying right now that she's going to commit to LSU. But Sania Johnson is another one who is favoring LSU. It's going to be between Kentucky and LSU. She's from Kentucky. Kentucky, it has revamped their whole squad and coaching staff, but she ain't coming to South Carolina. Sania Johnson will not be at South Carolina this 25 cycle. Nope. So it's a possibility, heavy possibility that LSU could get the number 5 ranked player and the number 7th ranked player in this recruiting cycle. I don't like that. Have to be honest with you. Don't like that at all. I don't like seeing LSU, doing well in recruiting, because then they start talking. The recruiting guru himself start talking a lot on the social medias. But it is what it is. They recruiting hard, and it's starting to pay off. Denia Prawl is another 6'1" wing from Florida. Denia Prawl is a talented basketball player. She's currently ranked 15th in the country in class 2025. With her being a Florida girl, now, Gamecocks had as an offer, but it's weird because her top 2 in terms of potential commitments are on this side of the country and on this side of the country. And we talking about Miami and Arizona. So I don't know where she's going. But those are right there. Them 2 are fighting hard. They battling out. They doing the toe-to-toe in the UFC ring. That's what they are doing for the services of Denia Prawl. You're noticing the trend of what I'm saying? The Gamecock targets are talking about other schools, but not in the running per se of South Carolina. Jayla Davis. Jayla Davis is the 16th ranked player in the country. Jayla Davis is from Kansas. So if you are from Kansas, the odds are you're going to stay out of the Midwest somewhere. And, Kansas, it would make sense if the University of Kansas would have an opportunity for her. And it is. Kansas and Oklahoma are top 2 right now. If she's going to go anywhere, I prefer her go to Kansas. I don't want to see her in Oklahoma. Oklahoma's in the SEC now. I don't want to see her. She is good. She's really good. I want to see her. Kaylin Carroll. Now, this right here this was a tough one for me because Kaylin Carroll was recently offered by the Gamecocks. She's 6'2", 6'3" from Massachusetts. You know, post skills on top of post skills, she's a baller. Right now, currently ranked 28th in the country. If you have revisionist history, Adhel Tac was 26th in the country, 5-star recruit. Okay. Kaylin Carroll has already visited several schools. She was scheduled to visit Kentucky over the weekend. Kentucky is building something special. Okay. Kaylin Carroll could be a part of that. But she has also visited North Carolina. She's also visited Boston College. She has scheduled visits for Vanderbilt and Tennessee. Now, Carolina, like I said, was late to the party and recently offered her. And she posted on the social medias like, thank you. We got an offer from South Carolina. Yeah. But will it change anything? I've said before, over and over again, relationships matter. And if relationships matter, she's already been building relationships with these other schools. It's been happening. So now you got South Carolina trying to play catch up because recruited her late. I don't think we're going to get Kaylin Carroll. I don't think so. I think that we kind of late to the party. We got the invitation late. Showed up to the party with some Tupperware, or we showed up with some aluminum foil for the takeout plate. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't believe she's gonna show up. Jada Seville, right now currently ranked the 40th ranked player, 6-foot guard. Jada Seville has no leader. She has 10, 11 schools that she's looking at, and we can't say. I can't speculate on where she's gonna go because it's too early in the process for her. Same thing goes with Lauren Jacobs, the 89th ranked player from Columbia, and she received an offer from South Carolina late as well, and she's been visiting schools and will continue to visit schools. Like it seems like on a schedule like every week. She's going to really enjoy this process because she's a long way from making a decision too. What I am saying is we just went through the list of Gamecock targets. Of the list of Gamecock targets, the only one that I see that we got a really, really good shot at is a God maker. I think we got a shot at Jada Seville. And I believe we got a good shot at Lauren Jacobs because she's a Columbia girl. Now, if that is the way we go, that's the way we go. That's what it is right now. And if we look at the top 20 commitments currently, or commitments, or I would say young ladies who are favoring, I'm talking about a heavy favorite to a school. Sienna Betts, number 2 ranked recruit, is currently committed to UCLA. Jazzy Davison, number 3 overall recruit in this recruiting class, is a heavy favorite to UCLA. Heavy favorite. And the combination of Sienna Betts along with Jazzy Davison, number 2 and number 3 ranked players in this recruiting cycle would be amazing for UCLA. And we see them later this year. And Sienna Betts going to be playing with her sister, Lauren Betts. It's awesome. It's awesome for them. It's awesome for them. Not good for us, but it's awesome for them. Aaliyah Crump, number 4 ranked player, committed to Texas, point guard, great player. That's a huge pickup for Texas. And we see Texas twice this year. Hopefully, we see Texas twice on paper this year, home and home. We'll most likely see Texas again in the SEC tournament, probably in the SEC championship. We might see Texas in the NCAA tournament, probably in the Final Four. Texas is a wonderful basketball team, and them coming to the SEC only makes it better, only makes the rivalries better. Grace Knox, who I spoke to, who I talked about earlier, who went on the visit with Devon Burridge and Tessa Johnson to LSU. Well, she's favoring. She's a West Coast girl. She's from California. She's favoring UCLA and Southern Cal. I'm telling you right now, if UCLA is able to pull this off and get Grace Knox and Jazzy Davison to go along with Sienna Betts, you're talking about the number 2, number 3, 8th ranked recruit. Wow. That's all I can say. It's wow. Emily Skinner, she's a 9th ranked player. She's a point guard. She's nice. Heavy lean to Iowa. Heavy lean to Iowa. And that's big for Iowa, you know, with Caitlin Clark moving on to the W and doing great things. They're going to need to have a player who can, and who's a talented player, very talented player who can, you know, step in and ball out. You know, Haley Swain, 10th ranked going to Stanford. Dee Alexander, who I really like, is 11th ranked and going to Cincinnati. One of the Paldo, you know, twins, currently 13th, going to Tennessee. And the other Paldo twin is also going to Tennessee. I think she's ranked 38th to 39th. That's wonderful. Nyla Brooks, 14th, going to North Carolina. 17th, Brian McCaultrey, going to Washington. A lot of these players are smoking for who are so great. So great. So we have to go down to a second tier type situation and get players. Okay. Ayla McDowell, I think she's 17th or 18th. Favoring TCU. Jordan Spicer favoring TCU. I think the opportunity for this recruiting class to be great is through the transfer portal. I think this is a big time. This is a transfer portal be key for this upcoming season of the 2025 class. It's going to be big because with recruits not wanting to wait their turn the Carolina way, we are not going to get that level top 10, top 15 type recruit in this class. Now, all classes are different. 26 class be different. Then it's 25 class, 24 class is different. And when you got Joyce and Maddy and you got Adhel coming in who say, okay, I want a championship. Not sure. And there's no shade or anything against the ladies who are choosing these other teams, because some of these schools are choosing, some of these high-level basketball teams are getting really high-level players in like a UCLA and potentially a LSU. But some of these teams, I'm kind of scratching my head like, okay, you're a really, really good player. And you could be a part of a national championship contender for your 4 years in college. And I'm confused with some of it. No shade to Cincinnati. No, they ain't no shade to Cincinnati. But Cincinnati ain't going to win no championship. They ain't going to be close to no championship. You know, Washington. I'm just saying. Georgia Tech and maybe I'm selfish. I'm possibly just selfish. I just want the plug and play, which we've been doing for many years, to happen. You know, I'm just bugging this right now. I'm bugging. What we're gonna have in this recruiting class, you're gonna have a situation where a lot of the teams, the teams that it's gonna be okay. The rich get richer, or the teams, those mid-level teams that we don't considerably talk about like that, are going to get some really good players. So if that happens with Carolina, we got to get a couple players from the transfer portal. We got Tina Pow, who's gone after the season. We got Bree Hall, who's gone after the season. Sania Feagin, who's gone after the season. We got Sakima Walker, who's gone after the season. And in terms of Ashlyn Watkins, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with that situation. No, we don't. But just talking about the definites. You know, Tina Papa gone. Okay, you got MiLaysia Fulwiley, 13th ranked recruit in the class of 2023. Slide right in and ball out, offensively and defensively. Ball out. Not worried about that. You got Breezy going to be leaving. You got Tessa Johnson ready to step in and ball out. Nope, not worried about that. Worry about that one either. Sania Feagin. Now, this is a little, you got Sania Feagin going to be leaving, and Joyce Edwards, number 3 ranked overall recruit by ESPN, number 1 ranked in my heart. Slide in. But you're going to be talking about 3 potential starters leaving the South Carolina Gamecocks for sure. For sure. And if Raven Johnson balls out the way I think and I know she will, you might have 4 potential starters going for this basketball team. That's why the transfer portal going to be so important. Schema Walker also going to be gone. But you slide in 5-star recruit Adhel Tac. So yeah, like Cap. Okay, so why is the transfer portal important? Because of numbers. So because of MiLaysia Fulwiley is sliding up, and Joyce Edwards is sliding up. Adhel Tac is sliding up. Tessa is sliding up. Who's taking their place from sliding up? And who's going to take the place? So we're going to need a backup shooting guard. Backup shooting guard. And I'm talking about a young backup shooting guard to get some minutes next season. So that I'm looking at a freshman this season who's like, okay, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to enter the transfer portal because going to be a ton of players into the transfer portal. So I'm looking for a shooter in the 2025 recruiting transfer portal class to come in and light it up and be that backup shooting guard. That. Or you go the route of a backup shooting guard, or you go the route of a game-changing point guard / guard combo guard who can get to the basket. You do that too. Secondly, you're going to need a wing player who got some experience, who got some size, who can play some defense on this basketball team. Not only to replace a Bree Hall, but to also replace a Sania Ja who transferred out. We still don't have a replacement for her in terms of numbers. We don't. To fill that 6'1" type defensive wing. So that's going to be a need for South Carolina. I'm not too pressed on because with 13 players on this roster, I'm just going to talk about the 12. So for this transfer portal, depending on what happens in this recruiting class, we're going to need 3 players. 3 players. So if we get a got maker in this recruiting class, okay, I'm good. You don't need a big wing. A got maker is that. If we get Lauren Jacobs from Columbia, okay, we don't need per se a shooting guard to be that one after MiLaysia necessarily. I still think we're going to need a veteran wing type player to get minutes next 2025-2026 season. I would like a veteran post in the middle. I would like a grown up in the room who continue to steer and guide some of these players. I like the move of getting the Maryam Dauda from Arkansas, 5-star recruit, number 13th ranked player in the class of 2021. with 2 years to play. I think that's big for South Carolina. And it's even bigger with the situation with, Ashlyn Watkins, the unknown. But I want another veteran post in the room. I do. And I think that when it's all said and done, in terms of this 2025 recruiting class, and having high level talent in the high school ranks, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that I ain't going to say I don't think. I know for sure that you ain't going to be talking about this recruiting class being in the top 10 this season. I don't see that whatsoever. But what you will see potentially is the transfer portal being top 5. And with Carolina, it really don't matter right now, 2025 recruiting class. It don't matter. It don't matter. Because the players that would have came in 2025 really ain't going to play in 2027. It don't matter. But I am disappointed, and I'm a little upset because I'm a hater. The LSU is recruiting like they are recruiting. Kudos to them. Kentucky going to recruit well. I'm just a hater. So take it for what you want. I'm just a hater. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you the gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's go.
J-Rock did this